Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Lobotomy Corporation. In the last episode, we got another Alf, and we were able to work with it without it escaping and murdering everybody. It is called the Mountain of Dead Bodies. It gets very interested when people die in the corporation, and it sounds like it does something very similar to Censored when it finds dead bodies once it gets out. Mountain is very easy to work with, quite the opposite of Censored and Melting Love. So I suspect this is a much more difficult to put back into the containment unit abnormality. Since Melting Love and Censored are, if you know what you're doing, not terribly difficult to manage from our experiences in the past. Going to be interesting because we're going to have to put that back in the containment unit if we want to suppress 3 different Alfs for Gabora. At the end of the episode, we picked up a new tool abnormality and stuck it over with Melting Love. It's some sort of crucifix. Oh, I'm sorry, a cross, an iron cross, rather tall, with what looks like some sort of biomatter or something on it, like a strange twisted heart or some melted flesh. Not sure what's up with that. I'm thinking today we're going to send someone in there to work with it immediately for 30 seconds and see what happens to that person. If they die or something bad happens, we can immediately retry the day and put someone in there for less time than that. Anyway, I think that's a good summary. Let's go ahead and get to the deployment screen now. Man, been, I think, over a week since I last recorded Lobotomy Corporation, everyone. I've been dealing with some health issues in real life, and as such, it's been difficult for me to find some time to record this one. I'm also addicted to Aeolor Genesis New Horizons again, so that game's been getting a lot of my free time currently. But I haven't forgotten Lobotomy Corporation, and we are going to do our best to finish it, or at least get as far as we can before we throw in the towel, which thankfully hasn't happened quite yet. It's been actually kind of fun when the chaos happens, to see how bad things get, and of course we're always a retry the day away. So far, I have not felt like things have become unmanageable for our corporation, which is very good. In any case, I'm babbling about my overall thoughts about the game. Let's instead look at the mountain. So here it is, Mountain of Smiling Bodies, an Alf, 30 PE boxes is nice, does black work damage. I thought for some reason it would do red, given that it's basically a giant mouth. With what we now know are faces all over it, these masks from what we can see. Reminds me a bit of the masks from Hollow Knight now, in a way. The white face with the eyes, and that's it. Of course, these ones have a mouth, but still looks really creepy to me. As you can see, Mountain doesn't like working with anything other than instinct and repression, which was the 2 things I guessed correctly about it when we started working with it yesterday. We've unlocked all this information already as well. Has a nice eye gift. I guess this mask replaces your face. You wear it over your face, I suppose, if you get it. I like the weapon. Fast, okay damage, black type, medium range. This is promising because it's basically what looks like a regret weapon, but the fast attack speed's a lot better than slow, and it's an Alf weapon. The armor is also fantastic at reducing black damage, which seems to be all the Alf types of damage that we have picked up so far. Right? Censored, Melting Love, and probably Mountain of Smiling Bodies when it gets out all does black damage. So we'll be very happy to have this suit of armor. I've already given people the armor and weapons I intend for them to use going forward for today. And today, Trimus will be the one working with Censored, so he's wearing the extra Discord armor. I thought briefly about possibly trying to do the Alf abnormality suppression today. And we might still attempt it. It all depends upon how well this tool goes. We get 3 things unlocked if we're able to work with it for 30 seconds. So my plan is to do exactly that and see what happens. Okay, so I got nothing else to talk about, I think, everyone. We're all summarized. Let's go ahead and look at our people, and then I'll be back to watch this on screen with you guys. So here's Emergency. She was lucky enough to get the heart from the Warm-Hearted Woodman, the only person who has managed to get that gift so far. I thought for sure Tribus would eventually get it. He worked with that abnormality for a long time, but nope. Was given to Emergency. Gonna feel a bit awkward when we finally kill her in order to save everybody, but, well, there it is. Nothing new on Z-Jed. Nothing new on me. Though I did take off my Crown of Thorns, it's still actually equipped on my person. Miley Chan looks so adorable with those sparkling eyes. Left WS got the bubblegum yesterday, which I think looks good on him. That's 2 people with the bubblegum from Dreaming Current. Cowbreaker, you look as ridiculous as always, and I love it. Well, Sherman, one of the, I think 2 people now who have a coffin on their back. Still no gifts for you, Ulupsi. Not getting lucky enough, I suppose. We did see a reward for, I think it was Bina? That increases the chance that we have of getting gifts. So we'll have to try to aim for that next, when we get her next quest. Speaking of which, we have a quest today to complete the day with 5 or more employees who have prudence level 5 or higher. We got that a long time ago, like around day 18 or so. So we have been set for this quest for a long time. I don't think anyone over here has any new gifts. Nope, no one on the safety team does. How's our Central Command team looking? Lewis looks good. So as you can see, we've got the Spore armor on people now. I can't wait until we actually complete Gabora's suppression, assuming we can do so, to finally upgrade a great deal of the weaponry and armor my people are using. Pikachu, I think your outfit looks amazing, by the way. That hairstyle, the face, the armor, and the coffin, that looks great. I really like it. But we will have to replace her armor eventually. So the samurai armor is not the best armor, it being just a Teth. As you can see, Panji is all decked out with Melting Love's equipment. She's going to be the one working with Melting Love today. I think she looks also pretty good. Her entire outfit is pink themed, and it really works for her. Sorry, it's all about fashion, everyone. In like the Dark Souls games, I'm a fashion Souls person. For example, I don't care about stats as much as I care about making sure my person looks thematic for and based on the character archetype I was going for. You gotta look pretty. If you don't look pretty, it's not worth putting the armor on. Well, actually, it is, but I hate that. I think this is one of the few games where I'm willing to wear armor even if it looks terrible because it keeps people alive, but I much prefer having people look great with their current gear. And it's one of the reasons why my people are wearing certain gear still at this point. Like Helmet Hair's still wearing the spider outfit because it looks decent on him with that bow tie. And Tillman's been wearing that Discord armor for forever, and it looks good on him. He's never equipping something different. That's his armor. It's amazing how, through the hours I played this game, how difficult it is for me to imagine a corporation being very different than my own. But, like, that has to be the case. I don't think you can... I think there's enough abnormalities in the game that you could probably play through the game twice and not get the same abnormalities at all. I think there's at least twice as many abnormalities available as... I'm messing this up. I'm saying the wrong things. But you can go through the entire game and pick completely different abnormalities. I get the impression there's enough that you could do that once more before you start taking duplicates. But I think there's enough abnormalities in the game such that you still, even on a second playthrough, would not be able to get all of them unlocked if you include the backer abnormalities. You have to reset to day 1 a third time, I suspect. And I'm babbling. We take a look at all our people and see their gifts. So now, everyone, I'm going to cut the recording, and I'll be back to start this day, and I'll be watching it with you guys. So give me a few seconds. Hey, everyone. All right, I'm here. I'm with you guys. Let's go ahead and start Day 39. Alright. So the first things first. If this thing's going to kill us, I want to know immediately if it's going to kill us. So we're going to send someone in here immediately to work with it. And by that I mean assign them, because I'm still going to do a bunch of other assignment stuff before he actually gets in there. From what I recall of this tool, we get 3 things unlocked after being with it for 30 seconds. So I'm going to take the bait and keep someone in that room for 30 seconds. We'll get its real name, I believe, and we'll earn 2 pieces of information about it. So 30 seconds it is. We stay in that room until I see the 1 and 2 highlight. And then we probably take the person out to keep them safe. In the meantime, now everyone's going to be wandering around to get outside the containment units for the abnormalities I have them planned to work with today. And in this episode, I'm also, assuming we don't lose someone... Actually, if we lose someone to whatever this is, we'll just restart the day immediately. Because we'll have learned how it... At the very least, we'll have a general idea of, like, a minimal time we need to keep someone inside that containment unit. Possibly a maximal time. And we can just start over without really losing any time. But I will go through at least the early motions of getting people prepped to begin working with the abnormalities that they are going to be designated to work with this day. Dia, obviously, will need to go and get her heart. I'm sorry, the heart of aspiration on her heart. That would be a little too creepy. Chris, as usual, stays all alone out in a corner. The more I'm thinking about Chris, the more I am beginning to realize that I really need to give him different weapons, because he's not really seeing combat. Oh, is that true? No, that's not true. He did really well against the Amber Dusks, Tim. So you will want to keep him around with that rifle. You know what? Why don't I practice remembering what these weapons do that people are wielding at this moment? So the rake just does purple damage as a normal attack speed and some slight range to it. The monk's staff does red damage, very low amounts of it, but it strikes the opponent 3 times as a WoW weapon. The ice spear does white damage, not a lot of it, but it does also slow the target down for 3 seconds after it's been struck with that weapon. The sludge used by Panji, the slime, puts a dot effect on the creature, if I recall correctly, and also does a hefty amount of purple damage. No one lives in this hallway who isn't an agent. Okay, what's interesting, by the way, is that this tool is doing slight amounts of damage over time to David C. We just saw it flash purple twice. Now it's flashing white once. Purple once. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, purple. Pale once. Okay, so it does pale damage. We might as well begin using more bullets to kill additional clerks. I don't want any alive down here, because we're still going to work with Scorched Girl in such a fashion that she could be spreading disease. Elsluft. I think, yep, we're going to be working with Letitia. Try to get your attachment up today. Combo Breaker needs some more hit points. Might as well get it from a WoW. Yeah, send you to work with Dream and Current. Actually, Dia, you can now claim the heart. You know, it's kind of helpful that we do have a few people who have worked with Crumbling Armor, because as you've seen, these people, I tend not to use them for any work any longer, which means that I can't accidentally kill Dia by having her try to return the Heart of Aspiration. Zjed, what are you doing today? I think you're yin today. And I'm not sure where I'm going. Okay, so I am beginning to also try out an idea that I will go back to using the combat groups, similar to how I used to do it. Only instead of having like everyone assigned to a certain combat group based on the weapon damage types they do, I'm instead now having a mixture of people. And hold on. We know what this thing is called. It's called a Flesh Idol. It's a WoW tool. That's interesting. A meshing of flesh and scrap metal. Fleshless items. Effect can manifest through prayer. The one who prays will receive damage of a random type at regular intervals. It is speculated to be a religious artifact found in the Flooded District. In the past, some people... Flooded District? What is this? Dishonored? In the past, some people sought answers through religion. When an employee offers up a prayer, the flesh begins to move, as if receiving the oration. Looks like there's a gear in it. Oh, you know what? It's not really a crucifix. It's like a spike of some sort, because it juts outward towards us, in addition to the sides. And it said that if you prayed for 20 seconds or less, the person dies. So I immediately take David C. out of there, thinking that there's probably an upwards limit to that as well. We got 30 seconds. We know that we take random damage. We take periodic damage from random sources. And if we pray for less than 20 seconds, we die. So this is going to be an annoying abnormality, because I need to count while I'm working with it to make sure that we don't lose the person I send in there immediately. But it's a tool, so I'm hoping I could just ignore it if it goes on Meltdown. Just like the Luminous Bracelet, I don't trust that I'll be able to successfully return it, because I'm worried I'll have like 1 hit point of damage on this bracelet. I return it and I die when I attempt to do so. And Destruction, you could technically use a little bit of Justice work, so... Oh, but we're gonna do, I guess, Instinct first. Is that right? Oh, I think there I was looking like... Does Bounty-Smelling Bodies react to normal work, or is it just bad work? And it's just bad work. I would like, as well, to end this day with at least the armor from the Mountain of Smiling Bodies. The Mosbs. So here, the people in the upper chamber is one attack group, second chamber, second attack group, and so on, all down through the central command. I'm missing someone, though. There's supposed to be 4 people here, so I'm like, where is my 4th person who's supposed to be here? And I don't remember what the combat... Oh, I never assigned any of these people. They're supposed to be Master Survival. Get up here, Master Survival. We need you. We need your attack... part of the attack team. Bruno's probably going to be doing work with the little prince today, so I might as well send him down there. Need some more attachment. Adorkable, I think you're the same thing. In fact, I think I also have you slotted to work with the King of Greed today. Now, Tribus is going to be an interesting one. We don't technically need to work with Censored any longer. But if Censored goes on Meltdown, we do need someone to work with it, or it's a guaranteed escape. So we still have to prep someone for Censored every day until we get the disciplinary team's core suppression completed, and then that is disabled. It's another reason why I would like to get these core suppressions done, so I don't have to worry about my Alfs going on Meltdown. But as you can see, we're going to be delaying that until we reach the next spread of days, the final spread, right, from day 41 to 45. Something else that I just realized, by the way, when I was recording this episode, is that we don't get a break between days, right? We're splitting these different departments up with how we're upgrading them. Records team, extraction team. Records team, extraction team. This means that I'm going to have to put an abnormality into the extraction team before the final tool goes in there, which is super awkward, because then I need to be a little worried about melting love and the person working with it killing or infecting the other person who's working with the new abnormality, the monster in there, because I don't really care about the tools very much. And if we understand the flesh idol, then maybe whoever's working with melting love can also deal with flesh idol as well. In any case, my plan for melting love, based on, I believe, the descriptions of her material guidelines, is it says that the first person who does work with her that day, and if the work is not repression, they get the lump. I am assuming that this means that if the person with the lump dies, Melting Love won't give the lump to someone else. So the plan might be to give someone the lump and then kill that person with an extraction bullet, execution bullet. And then we can maybe safely work with her the rest of the day. So that is something we could try. Maybe we can give that person the lump and then have that person work with Flesh Idol the rest of the day. Just keep him in that room. I don't know yet. But that's going to be the plan so far. Okay, sorry. I'm hearing this strange sound outside, and it's cars racing down a highway. And we can see that it is... Oh, did I not see it? I didn't even see him. So I didn't notice that it was M. Stoultons, I believe, who has the... Oh, maybe I did notice it was. Who has the reflection. Watching Lost Fremen. Little Prince did not, in fact, have a normal work result, so he's not going to lower his Quilpaloth counter. Does he lower his Quilpaloth counter? Oh, he does not. Nope, only bad work result because his Quilpaloth counter lowered. Okay, I have noticed that Mr. Stoultons has the reflection. Good. And PNG? Ooh, that's not a good chance to work with Melting Love on Instinct. 56%, we won't do that. My combat teams are just kind of hanging out near different departments so I can rush them to deal with threats at this moment. I'm probably thinking, well, let's get David C some slight attachment work. He could use it. I also, at this point, need to be careful, because remember, Tim, you don't want someone with the Samurai's gift doing any attachment work, which is... It's very easy for me to forget that, as you've seen in the past. I have indeed forgotten that. Alright, so... There's not a whole lot of anything else going on at this moment, so why don't I read the comments I got on the last video while this one is happening. Let's see. Bring up my YouTube, go over here, find my videos. What's going on? Oh, I'm killing more people? Gotta use those execution bullets. Okay, so... Wait, no, that's not it. This is very exciting, I know. Riveting conversation. Okay, so... let's start with Alexander. Alexander says, "Hey, Tim." Hey, Alexander. Aw, I expected you to let the meatball feast on the bodies and completely wreck your facility, but oh well, you did well today. And I can see that, yep, we have a purple dawn showing up. That's not that dangerous, but I definitely want to make sure that we kill the stomachs when they show up, so we don't have any escaped abnormalities. We also need to see which 2 containment units went on meltdown so we can get them handled. I'm not going to walk into Luminous Bracelet's containment unit. I'm going to double check it. And it sounds like we could go and pick it up and immediately put it back. Yeah, I'm triple checking. I'm like, maybe we can risk sending troopers in there just to pick it up and put it back. But in the end, I'm pretty sure I don't go through with it. It's just, I don't trust myself. I know I'm going to send someone into a containment unit. Like, I'm going to... Troops have one sanity point missing or 1 hit point missing. And I'll try to send him back there. And he'll die immediately. Oh, or I'm not going to... Alright, am I really going to do that, Tim? Am I? No, I'm not. Good. I can't tell you how paranoid I am that I'll lose someone to Luminous Bracelet because I'm not paying attention. And something else I need to be careful of with, say, the Mountain of Smiling Bodies. Because you send someone in there who's down just 1 hit point or 1 point of sanity. I think that's the way that works. And Mountain of Smiling Bodies is suddenly very interested in you. So, we gotta be careful. It'd be a real shame, Tim, if you got really far this day, say 40-something minutes, only to have mountainous smiling bodies break out, and I'm forced to figure out how to deal with it right then and there. Anyway, I'm sure that won't happen. So let's get back to reading the comments. So it sounds like Alexander, yes, the mountain smiling bodies runs around and eats corpses. I think it was Destruction 42K who mentioned that the blue noons shred corpses to bits, which could be useful, I suppose, in my case in particular, because I do have a abnormality that wants to do something with them. Censor's another one, right? Censored will run up to a body and censor that dead body, which creates even more censors. So my plan will be... Well, actually, I'll talk about the combat plans for the alpha abnormalities probably later on in this video, or we'll do it in the next one, since I've got plans for dealing with the alphs when we get to day 40. Alright, so Alexander continues with... so it's safe... let's... Hold on. Violet Noon never lands in a hallway, so it's safe to place people in there. Oh, okay, gotcha. So I know they've landed in rooms, and I assumed there was no real difference between... Like, how did... Violet Noons can land in the control rooms, room-looking hallways, and they can land in the room right above the central command team, because it's not a simple hallway with abnormalities, chambers located off of it. So now that I know that, I will keep people in hallways instead of faraway elevators, so I can run them to the battles a little faster. Should have taken the safest place on Earth or a funny little choo-choo train. I hate that cross so much you won't believe. Just so you know, it has insta-kills. Yeah, so I just seen that it can insta-kill someone. I'm assuming it has another insta-kill if we're in there too long now, based on what you said, Alexander. So we're gonna have to be very careful with this one. It's a tool that I can't ignore. I take it. If it goes on, like, I have to babysit someone with it. That seems to be the case with most of the tools, with the exception of backwards clock. All I have to know for backwards clock is what level the person is who's turning the dial the final time. Has to be a level 5 person, not level 4. And hopefully emergency will level to level 5 after this, so we have the designated person who will do that. Alexander then continues, L-Corp Singularity has a lot more applications than a mere produce of energy. You can produce monsters beyond human imagination, create weapons or armor out of thin air, and guns created this way do not require ammunition. Build giant underground structures in a matter of a day, cure all illnesses, and bring people back to life, albeit with some workarounds. Energy production is a way to avert the eyes of the head away from what you're doing here, and what exactly you are doing here is going to be revealed a bit later. Good luck fighting 3 alphs in a single day. Thank you, Alexander. I'm going to need it. We're going to try that in day 40, which might actually be the next video. Or it might not be. Destruction, you and Alexander then had some talking back and forth about things, but I'm going to skip it because you mentioned in a comment to me on Aeodor Genesis that I should probably skip it because of spoilery stuff. So I will indeed skip it. Let's see. And then Destruction, you say, great job as always, Tim. Looks like I'm really good at working with mountains of smiling meatballs. I would like to continue to do so until I acquire its mass gift. Hey, cool. So it turns out today, Destruction, I am going to have you continuously work with mountainous smiling bodies, or at least for some significant time. Yes, why not leave it at that? You then say Mountain is either extremely easy or hard to suppress depending upon how many bodies it eats. Gotcha. So I'm taking it that the more it eats, it eventually gets more hit points. We've seen, I think, what was it? There's a creature that Scarecrow. When Scarecrow kills someone, it sticks a straw in their heads and sucks their brains out and heals itself. So I'm taking it that Mountain Smiling Bodies has something similar to that effect, where it eats a corpse and then heals itself, is my guess. Actually, but you make it sound, Destruction, like it gains something else in addition to that. It did mention, like, other growths, so I'm guessing it changes its shape with the more corpses it eats. Mountain and the Monk are both only really dangerous if they catch you by surprise. Right. So this is why you've noticed me, maybe you have noticed me, check on the Krupaloth counter for the Dreams of a Black Swan and Clouded Monk occasionally, because that tells me how many people I've lost in the facility so far. I'm getting better, much better, as you probably have noticed, about using bullets now. They basically are becoming second nature to me. I'm still not using all the bullets that I should be. Like right now, we've got 14 bullets left over. I should be killing 14 more clerks. I'm still not doing that, so I need to get better at that. On Search for 2K, you say as well that about bullets, if you have any more bullets than 0 before triggering an ordeal, they're wasted. So feel free to also give shields to your team's group. Leave them in elevators to be the most efficient with your shots. Yep. So in other words, what Destruction is saying is right before I get an ordeal, like what happened here, I should have used our black protection bullets on my people in order to shield them from the damage they would have taken. Now it's not a significant amount of damage now. Like we can handle the purple dawns rather easily, as long as I remember that there are purple dawns running amok. God, Melting Love's hallway is so tricky. Whoever I have down there has got to deal with clowns or purple dawns very quickly, because we cannot have Melting Love escape until I'm ready for it. Go Panji. I want to see how much damage we do to it. Oh, that's not bad. 36? She'll kill it. Yeah, that's interesting. So it does decent damage to the creature as well. It's a bit slower than I thought it was going to be, but that's an impressive ALF weapon. And I think these things are resistant to black damage, so that's even more impressive to me how much damage it's doing to it. I'm glad they're not impervious to black damage, or we would have had Melting Love escape, and we would have lost Panji today, had that been the case. Or would it? No. I think she would have lived. Melting Love actually takes I think, normal damage from black sources. Is that right? Oh, I didn't write down her combat, her armor. Okay, I'll have to fix that. I think, though, she takes decent black damage. So Melting Love's own weapon is very effective at dealing with her. While her armor is actually very effective at resisting the damage that she deals. And I really should be double checking to make sure that I have dealt with all of these things. Alright, good job. We didn't have any of the Central Command... Oh! Central Command team's things escape. We forgot the Information team's stomach. Let's go kill it. Come on, guys. Get in there. Good work. And we already have half the energy. And we have a green noon coming up. Okay. Oh, I don't know what... Oh! Why am I circling? Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm pointing out that we have a green noon. We're probably going to see Mountainous Falling Bodies escape because they're going to kill a lot of clerks. So I'm hoping that the idea I had with my combat teams, the 4 groups of 4 people, will be enough to deal with most of these noons. We'll definitely use what bullets we have to clear out more clerks, and I will have to pay attention to where clerks are that are threatened by the other green noons when they're spawned, because obviously we don't have enough bullets to kill every single clerk. I do, as you can see, specifically try to use bullets to kill multiple clerks at once when they're overlapping each other. Okay, so let's see. So Destruction 42K, you also say... A note about Beta's mission is that when it asks you to extract EGO, it's based on how much EGO you've extracted that day. Are you sure? You barely had enough unacquired EGO to complete the mission. Her next mission is acquire Web and Alpha EGO. Her last mission is to beat a day with employees having at least 8 Alpha EGO equipped. Well, I think the next one for her destruction is not that. The next one's going to be acquire EGO gifts, We need to end the day with with a person who has 4 or more Ichio gifts acquired. So it sounds like they've probably changed this since the last time you had watched it. And I think we qualify instantly for that. I can't imagine the game's gonna demand that I get 4 gifts in a single day to a single person. That would be horrifically annoying. Social Case then says, speaking of Beta's apartment, you only get her 5th mission the day after you max out their department. Your next tool day is 42. Then after that, 45. Keep in mind, to get her next mission, I think you need to progress the next day. So, no, Destruction, no. Our next tool is day 43. I think. And then that's it. We don't get any more tools. We have 1 more tool for our department. Right, we have the next 3 days are toolless days. We'll have new abnormalities for days 39, 40, and 41. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, you're correct. Day 42 is a tool day, and then that's it. So we're not getting one more tool left for us. That's a no-go, as 46 is the point of no return, so you need to put at least 1 non-tool abnormality just to get her next mission unlocked. Then it's just repository back to day 41. Yeah, so no matter what Destruction, that has to happen for her department anyway. We have 3 abnormalities we have to place now, and so the next one's gonna go into the records team, and then the next one, after that, probably the records team to finish it up, and then on day 41, we're putting the next to last working abnormality into the extraction team. Speaking of Beta's department, oh wait, we read that already. Okay, you somehow missed this at 117. You just didn't react to it at all. Oh, I don't even know what you're talking about, Destruction. I think that was probably some lore that I missed, or I didn't notice it. One thing I would love to hear is you predicting what kind of abnormalities you think might exist, and what kind of mechanics they'd have, etc. Oh man, I have no clue. Destruction 42K. I've seen some amazing looking abnormalities in this, so there are some fantasy themed ones, so I'm assuming there's a few more well-known fantasy creatures in this game. So I couldn't even... Oh, Warmheart Woodsman is at 0 Quilploth counter. I've noticed that, so no one else goes into that again. I think I must have sent someone in there just to work with it, just because I could. Let's get more people killed. Green Noon's coming up. Yeah, unfortunately, Destruction, I can't even begin to think about it. There's endless possibilities of what they look like or what mechanics they have. I've already been impressed with some of the really odd mechanics that some of these creatures possess. So I couldn't even begin to guess what other ones are capable of. The company here, Project Moon, seems to have a really nice... how to describe this? They come up with some really unique creatures for this game. And I really like the animations they have for it, too. I couldn't even begin to guess what's waiting for us that we haven't seen so far. I'm probably going to start watching some Lobotomy Corporation videos soon, just so I can begin seeing what it is I've missed. Just a heads up, everybody, because it's been so tempting. I want to watch some more of the memes, and I know I'm missing a lot of them, so I want to see. I want to see what's out there. But the game is a lot of fun when you don't know what to expect. So I don't know. We'll see if I can resist the temptation a little longer. What the heck is happening? That is insanely loud, Letitia. Right, we're allowed 2 more abnormalities, and then one more abnormality, and then the next one I work with will spawn the Green Noon. I'd like to ask what your favorite games to record for the channel over the years. Oh, man. I've liked all the games well, that's not true. Most of the games I've recorded I have greatly enjoyed. As for what recordings of mine are my favorite, I guess it depends upon what I'm in the mood for. I like watching various videos of mine depending upon what my attitude was for that game at the time. Like, if I'll watch my Thief series when I'm in the mood to watch someone play Thief. And I find it pretty funny that I tend to like my videos a lot, which is odd. Years ago, I didn't like watching them very much because they weren't very good. But recently, I think my videos are actually coming out pretty decently. My volume's good. I talk about interesting things. I think I'm entertaining. I don't talk over cutscenes. I'm not having video issues for the most part. I like them. And it's interesting to me to watch me make the choices I make in various games, like turn-based strategy games and so on. But you know what just occurs to me, Destruction? I haven't watched any of my old Darkest Dungeon videos. Not since I recorded them. So maybe I'll go back and watch the last run of Lum that I had done, as I upgrade Lum to work with the most recent version of Darkest Dungeon. I guess if I had to pick a series of mine, it'd probably be a tie for the Spirit Engine 2, when I played through it a second time, or one of my Legacy of the Ancients playthroughs, because I really do love those two games. Legacy of the Ancients is my favorite game ever, and Spirit Engine 2 is my second favorite game ever. I wonder if anyone's been playing Spirit Engine 2 anymore. It's an odd game because no one really plays it. I'm sorry, that's the wrong way to phrase that. It wasn't a popular game when it was released. It was a old game, as well. It was an independent game. It came out in like 2004, 2007, I think. And one of the reasons why I backed Darkest Dungeon is because I was hoping the gameplay would be like the Spirit Engine 2. Now, it wasn't, and I much prefer the Spirit Engine 2's gameplay to Darkest Dungeon's. I can't really explain it. It would take too long, and you guys don't care. So I won't bother with it. But just know that I have a playthrough of this game. Again, it's called the Spirit Engine 2, up on my channel. And the playlist is called the Spirit Engine 2 again. And you can get the game for free. The developer of the game has a few mirrors where people are hosting it, and you can just go and download it for free. And I love the game. I like the story. I love the combat. I like the characters. I cry in the game whenever I record it because the characters are so touching. God, that one scene when they're all in the inn, in the mountains. God, it's so. I can't get through that part without choking up. Oh, it's awful. And by that, I mean I love it. I absolutely love the game. It's one of my favorite games. I probably should play through that game again for the channel. It's been 4 years since I last played it. Anyway, before I continue with your comment, Destruction 42K, we are dealing with a Green Noon. So we're shielding people I have in the elevators to make sure they all have got the shield on them, and then we're rushing all these teams out to kill these Green Noons before they begin massacring my clerks. Yep, you guys are right there at that elevator. We can go ahead and handle that. You'll note that I believe I have more groups than just the 4 I created at the beginning of the game. And we're going to be using most of them to deal with these noons. It's my belief that even my weaker groups can probably deal with these by now, since I have bullets to help us. Woo! Look how fast we just aced that one. Sorry, clerk. We gotta kill you before it does. So, you'll note as well that when it comes to certain departments, I don't like killing the clerks there. Like, I don't really want to use execution bullets on my information team, because that extra percentage to successfully work with abnormalities really matters. And so I'll only kill them. I will only kill them if they're in immediate danger of dying. Like, that guy. That person's going to die. So we might as well just execute him now. Oh god, we missed someone from the control team. They're dead already. Stop walking in here, please. You know, you're supposed to feel really bad for the clerks dying, but the clerks are some of the dumbest people I have ever seen. So I don't really feel bad for them dying. It's just they're annoying to keep alive. Look how angry this group is. You go get them, guys. Double checking everyone's hit points, making sure everyone's okay. Oh, someone was a little wounded there. Alexander, you are. but you're also not currently suppressing anything, so I think you'll be okay. I'm so glad that the red noons don't have a teleport ability like so many other creatures do. That would make them so annoying. I'm probably looking around to see if there's any other noons around. Panji has totally got that one green noon all by herself. She'll have nothing to worry about. Oh, okay. I did notice the abnormality there. Yep. Come on, guys. Let's go get it. I think... Did I see another one? Okay. Yep. There's another one down by Letitia. I'm sorry. I see it now, but I might not have noticed it before. Good work, Panji. Remember, we can't have Panji help anyone else. She's working down with Melting Love the rest of the day. She's infected. If we bring her up to help, she kills everyone. So we can't risk it. Ooh, I see the dead body there. That's... You know, I should have tried to use execution bullets on dead bodies and seen if it actually cleans them up or not. I don't think it does, but I've never actually tried it. Yeah, might as well keep you guys down here. By the time you get up to fighting any of these other noons, they'll be dead already. Nice. We maybe get to watch 2 combats. Oh my god, look how quickly we're damaging that noon. Good job, guys. Let's get him! Here, I'm gonna try to move people, like, behind it, and I forget, yeah, I have to actually click past it. I also don't want Emergency dying to this. She's only wearing, yeah, she's wearing... the crying a girl who looks to Wall's armor. That's not very good. Alright, not bad. Noon handled. That was a piece of cake, and we're almost at max energy already. Good work, team. Alright, Destruction 42K. Let's keep talking about your comments. I mean, so back to which videos of mine that I've liked recording for my channel. Again, it depends upon what I'm in the mood to watch. I do have, I think, the most fun, though. So, okay, hold on. So, I have my favorite games that I like recording because I like playing those games, like Legacy of the Ancients and Spirit Engine 2, or the Thief series, which I'm recording again at this very moment. But then I have games that I like recording that I haven't played multiple times because of the interaction I have with you guys in these games. Like when I'm responding back to comments, or I ask you guys what I should do, and you guys tell me in the comments section, or I put something up to a vote, and you guys vote on it. I really like those in particular as well for a different reason, because again, there's some interaction I get with you viewers, and I've always wanted my videos to be a bit of a let's play, more than just a let's watch Tim play these games. So, Such 42K, you've also said, when it comes to Gabor's last mission, I think you need to plan out who you will use the rabbit team on, and why, as letting them kill an Alf counts as a kill. I don't think it does, actually, Destruction 42K. I think we have to put the abnormalities back into the containment units. We can't use Rabbit Team for it. And I think I've got a good plan for dealing with all of the different Alfs. I have an idea of who's tanking it, who's going to be involved in those battles, and what range support I need to help me deal with them. I'm a little worried about the Mountain of Smiling Bodies, because we haven't fought it before. Maybe we'll fight it today, though. We'll get some practice in. But assuming that is not the case, then that's the only one I will be worried about. Because it's only, again, the only one I haven't practiced with. It should probably be the one I first try to fight, but it will be the trickiest one to begin with. The Mountain Smelling Bodies may get out during the normal progression through the day, and so my thoughts is that we will do the mountain third, because if it escapes normally, thanks to just people dying everywhere, then, well, we can deal with it right then and there. Censored and Melting Love, though, they're probably not going to get out unless I allow a meltdown to occur on their containment unit. I have an idea of how I'm going to get them out. In any case, I've got my plan already. I have all the people who will be present. I have certain people with different types of weapons to help me fight certain abnormalities. Certain people are wearing certain armor. And I even have plans as to how I'm getting them out with the least amount of death to anyone that I care about as possible. For example, with Censored, I will hire a level 1 person, reducing all their stats to 1. I will send them into work with Censored immediately, which will also probably kill that person instantly. Hopefully not inside the containment unit. Oh, no, wait, the person needs enough sanity and hit points to get out of the containment unit and just huddle around outside insane. And then I can use an execution bullet on him to make sure that he doesn't get killed by Censored. That's right, that's the plan. Then, we also have to make sure everyone in the disciplinary department is dead, because I don't want Censored killing any of the clerks and making other Censored out of it. And then we can probably kill it rather easily. I just need to make sure that whoever is tanking it has their sanity up to fully recovered first. And for Melting Love, we will have someone work with her, and when that person gets out, we will immediately execute that person in order to guarantee that Melting Love gets out, and then we immediately suppress her. So that's the plan for her. And for Mountain, we can create like a level 1 employee, send it in there to work with her, with it, like reduce all their stats to 1. Give it like attachment work. It guarantees that they die in the containment unit, which will also probably, I think, release it. I can make a second sacrificial person for that purpose, though. So that's the plan. We make 4 new people when we do attempt the Alps. These 4 people are designed to die, so that we can get these Alps out of their containment units without losing anyone important and without having to do anything tricky. And then we beat them to a bloody pulp. And hopefully it works flawlessly. We will find out when, again, we reach day 40. Let's think. What else is there? You need a department maxed out for the rabbit team to be able to be called there. So she needs to move into another department for that to work. Oh, God, that's right, Destruction. I forgot. Thank you about that. Right, we can't call rabbit team into any department unless it's been fully developed. Which means we can't call rabbit team into the records or extraction teams. We have to wait until whatever abnormalities might be getting out there are in different facilities. Okay, and we got the amount of energy that we needed, but I'm thinking we'll stick around just a little more. Good job, Emergency. Thank you. Let's see. Instruction 42K also says Angela will also be showing will be shown writing out a synopsis of what she's learned from each abnormality. Now she's personally grown from her interactions with it. Really? Oh, that's interesting. I hope we can find that information in like the lore sometime. I wouldn't mind knowing what Angela's thoughts about each one of these was. Here's a final observation with the Queen of Hatred. It's a tearjerker. Oh, I'm not gonna click on that destruction because I don't want any spoilers. Let's see here. On further examination, the most dangerous abnormalities aren't the ones that have insta-kill require high stats or even destroy the whole facility when they get out. It's the ones that you actively have to alter your entire playstyle to contain it, like killing clerks to keep Meatball or Monk in check, having to regulate the entire department to one person from Melting Love, as they're affecting you negatively even prior to their escape, and are dominating how you play even without anything going wrong. Oh, and hey, Destruction, you also mentioned, can I get rid of corpses by execution bullets? And I don't know. So we'll find out together the next time I record. I'll give it a try and see if we can get rid of corpses using it, assuming we have corpses lying around. And that's all for the comments for the last video. Alright, so let's watch the rest of this with you guys. Okay. So, Destruction, you look like you're fine. Let's have you go in there and do repression work. Oh! And I can tell you're not fine. By that screen, I never noticed. Destruction is down 1 hit point. And 1 sanity point. I just only now saw that. So that's a much better way for me to tell how many hit points they have, rather than looking at the meter above the person's head. Watch what happens when I assign them to do work, because we're gonna see Mountain of Smiling Bodies act a little differently at some point during this Quilploth level. I'm swapping where Eldsluft is working. He's going to do some more work with Letitia again. Scarecrow's on Meltdown. We might as well send someone in there. We could arguably use some more PE boxes with it. Yeah, we'll just speed it up. It won't be so bad. A couple. Yep, let's have you get your fortitude up a little bit more. What the heck is going on? Is the thing I screamed. When I noticed that suddenly, look at that. That is horrifying. That looks really hungry. Mountain of Smiling Bodies detected that Destruction 42K had a scratch on him. It smelled blood, and it is hungry. That is scary. And I'm looking around now like, oh my god, how many people did I lose? How close are we to having this get out? And I am no longer comfortable, I'm pretty sure, making it to the next Meltdown level. Once everyone's done doing their work, we're probably ending this day. I can tell you that that is what's going to happen. And I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my god, everyone in the records team has to die now, because if this gets out, I'm going to need to practice fighting it. I don't know how it would get out now, but it might. Destruction, let's put you in the regenerator room to make sure you're fully healed. What happened here? Oh, Scarecrow broke out. No problem. We'll just ace Scarecrow right now. Good job, guys. I don't know why we get regret showing up as a graphic for the Woodsman's Axe. So I've seen a fix for that on the Nexus site, but I haven't installed it yet. I'm tempted to do that, though. Sometimes some of the weapons graphics are replaced with other weapons graphics instead. And, right, I'm going to send Trimus in there to work with Censored, even though we don't have to, because his prudence is only 4. Now, this is a mistake. I shouldn't have done this only because Trimus is a good target to work with Censored because he does have lower prudence. He'd be a better person to send in there in the future. But I decided not to do so. So, this does mean that, for example, Trimus's prudence will level up after we work with Censored. Probably hit level 5. Which means that we lose 10... I think like it's a 10% chance to successfully work with Censored because of that. So, it's a bit awkward, but too late now. I'm probably looking around for where Mr. Stoulton's is, to make sure that I can get him into a regenerator room. There you are, sir. Yeah, this was dumb. I should not have done this. We can't earn any more PE boxes for Censored. It's not possible. Oh, but you know what? Hold on. I need to do this anyway, right? We've let meltdowns happen, or countdowns happen, on several different containment units, which means we didn't gain... So we lost energy, so we had to regain it again. Double-checking Stoultons. And I'm a little confused, because we did some work with Censored, but we still don't have 230 energy. So someone else has got to walk into any abnormalities containment unit to do that work, Tim. With only a 6%, yep, you can have Panji walk in there again. The percentage on Melting Love is a bit deceptive, as if you have the lump, you have an increased chance of working with her that's not present. Zooming in on Destruction to see if he's fully healed. I will, from now on, know if I'm nervous about that, I can check the person's hit points when I try to assign them to do work, as it will show up there, the exact number. I guess we could do more work with my despair. And actually, since I am not as worried any longer about Mountain, we will probably send a handful more people into work with abnormalities. Maybe like 1 more or 2 more. You're gonna sign it? Yeah? You gonna do this, Tim? You gonna do this? You sure? I'm sure. He's healed all the way. Okay, and he was. God, that's so scary looking. I much prefer it when its mouth isn't opening and shutting. Like that. I prefer calm Mountain, not very angry Mountain. Yeah, might as well get more work in with these abnormalities. Just a little bit more work. Actually, we don't need anything else done with Clouded Monks. So we shouldn't do work with there. Alexander, let's try for that pipe one more time. And I think this is the last of the people I'm sending in to do work today. Alright, we got all the PE boxes we needed. I think I have to wait till everyone's out of their containment units. Or I think the game kills them. I can't remember. No, that can't be the case, because we've ended the workday with the Snow Queen, someone inside it several times. Good job, Destruction. Oh, and I think you guys probably noticed that I purchased the armor from Mountain at some point this day as well. And you didn't get the pipe. I'm so sorry, Alexander. It looks like it's just not meant to be with you and their Freischutz pipe. And we're done, everyone. So thank you guys for watching. Yep. I will now be back to talk about what I thought of the day after I had recorded it. And then we're on to the lore. And I'll probably be double checking to make sure that Emergency leveled. But she was indeed the only level 4 employee. So she was the only one who leveled to level 5. Thank you guys again for watching. And I'll be back in a few seconds. Alright guys, that wasn't so bad, although I panicked when I saw Mountain Smiling Bodies acting really differently right there at the end. Apparently it has a animation when its Koploth counter is lowered by 1. That was pretty scary. I'm pretty sure it looks like that as it's running around eating everybody, is my guess as to what it looks like. My guess there, because I wasn't sure myself, was that Destruction 42K was slightly damaged, down like 1 hit point, and it was enough. You can't walk into his containment unit when you're wounded at all, or that's a Koploth counter lowered. Man, I could have stuck around for a little more, but I'm not ready to fight the Alps today. I didn't want to do that today. We might do it in the next video, though. I think we should make 1 attempt at it. We can start the day by letting, like, Mountain out. Can we let Mountain out? Oh, we could by sending someone in there wounded twice, and that would do it. And then we could see how well we could handle it. We would probably want to kill everyone in the records. Well, I'm sorry, I'm babbling. Let's go ahead and finish the day. I can talk about what the plan is in the next episode. Sorry. So this one is not a tool. Right? This is not a tool. So we want this over in the records team today, whatever this one is. A month later, we came to this conclusion. There was no such beast in the forest. So we know now that this is not like the lion, the cowardly lion, because you guys have told me that doesn't exist in this game. It's in Library of Ruina. The only advice that can be given is to remain cautious and aware of your surroundings. It's not an elf, whatever that is. Tales say that the moon bewitches man, yet in reality, it is the man that despairs at the moon. It's a backer creature. I guess we could try this one. We've seen this one multiple times, the Beast in the Forest one. It's going to be the Beast in the Forest, or it's going to be the Moon one. Let's go with the Moon one. We'll get another backer one. Or we could try for another Alf with a re-extract, but I'm fine with 3 Alfs at this moment. I really don't think we need another. So, let's go with this one. Oh, I was recalling the sound of your footsteps. While there were cliches, you sometimes made the results more exciting by acting in unexpected ways. Still, the endings were all the same, no matter how the process went. Do you want me to share some memories through a hologram? It's simply too good for me to watch alone. This here was you in a mess, when there was no such thing as a cognition filter. We look fine. I didn't know that a human's mental capacity could be so weak back then. You did alright the first couple of times, but then, one day... Well, at that time it was a little funny. I'm sorry, you made it so far, but you weren't able to escape from that absolutely useless sense of guilt and hung yourself. Well, you were stopped immediately, though. Then at this time, you were not fully prepared. Oh, sorry, then at this time, you were not fully prepared. That's when I started to realize that it didn't matter if you were mentally whole or not. What mattered was that you needed to find realization about something to stop this endless cycle. Oh, at this time here, all of a sudden you began apologizing to me. That was... I didn't enjoy it. I'm not really noticing anything really out of the ordinary here. We're just looking at some screens. We look like we're completely sane. Angelica, are you sure you're right? Maybe you're just... you're wrong? I think you're wrong about this. We look completely fine. I'll continue watching. Are you starting to enjoy this? I would love to see more, but let's stop here for today. You might see something that you're not supposed to witness yet if we continued. Looking at the headstones in this place, are you? It's only natural to find them a spectacle to see. There used to be times when I spent the whole day reading all the meaningless letters written there. Oh, are these gravestones? Is this like the... Oh, what's it called now? In Planescape Torment, there's the wall where everyone who's ever died, their name is written there. These are also coffins, their death itself, and they represent the possibilities birth can bring at the same time. I have been guarding their coffins for countless years, carrying out consecrations for those who do not even have the privilege to depart for an afterlife. That is one of the few things I do here. You see, if one spends a long enough time in this graveyard, they can hear the whispers of the dead. The sound of their words is black as pitch. It makes me feel as if I were being filled with nebulous, murky water. You must be starting to get bored seeing that your eyes are drifting about this place. It isn't often that I have guests here, and I'd feel bad to only show you these gravestones. Did you call me, Lady Binna? This is an employee who's showing up. This employee once had his boundary collapsed. What's your name? It's Nathan. This man had the task of extracting EGO. During extraction, he carelessly peeked into the well. But by luck, he survived. To minimize the price he had to pay for his looking into the well, he was given the maximum dose of enkephalin. And so, he could barely return to work. However, once one looks through the cracks of the boundary, they can never return to the world that they belonged to before. Want to see something interesting? Nathan, can you describe what you saw to the manager? The scenery you witnessed with your own eyes but had to forget at all costs? Why would you have him try this? This sounds like a bad idea. Bina. From within the tombstones. Inside them are... Those who sleep there are... sunken deep. Those who are dreaming good dreams. At the same time, we call them the well in the speech of this place. So... the well where all the monsters are coming from? Or the possibilities of them are coming from are composed of the dreams of dead people? That's interesting. Am I getting that right? I think I'm getting that wrong. We have to dredge them up and inject them with cogito. Now remember, afterwards, what? What did you see? The man, that thing. Continue. The man, in the well. He passed out. Poor thing. What will happen to him after? Do not worry for him. He wouldn't last a single day without a mind as feeble as his is now. It is much more favorable to sit still and simply watch the grains fall as the sandcastle crumbles, rather than try to reclaim the collapsing castle. Oh, wow. So she'd rather watch him suffer than try to help him. I have seen what that poor sap saw hundreds, no, thousands of times, maybe more. Maybe this is why she likes watching suffering. How are you still fine, Bina? So you ask why I could retain enough sanity to have a friendly little conversation with you until now? It is thanks to my mechanical body that I can just barely grasp onto my mind. Yes, this strong, unbending back of mine. However, A, did you forget that I originated from a human mind as well? Remember, we have seen all the core suppressions, so we know these people were based on a real-life person at some point. If there is at least one thing that could be considered fortunate, it is that if I ever were to finally lose my sanity and ran amok through the facility attempting to bring this entire place down along with you. Oh, it is that if I ever were to finally lose my sanity and run amok through the facility attempting to bring this entire place down along with you, she will be there to shut me off once more. Angelica. Was that? Oh, yeah, that's right. Did I get? No, I got her name wrong, Angela. But if that day truly were to come, I would prefer that you terminated me with your own hands rather than her. It's the least you can do for a person as confined as I. Wow. These lowest level Sephiroth certainly don't like us very much. Mission: the EGO's accessories. One can take the word gift literally, a present from the abnormalities. Though weaker than EGO equipment, they are still a part of the EGO pertaining to the abnormalities. Beware, however, that taking too many of such trinkets that hold EGOs of others may cause one's own colors to be muddled and faded. Sorry, everyone, I'm having trouble speaking, apparently. Goal. Complete the day with at least one employee who has 4 or more EGO gifts. I think we have 2 or 3 people that have 4 or more. This is a normal creature, so we're going to put it in the records team. And it just occurs to me, only now, that we have to have another normal abnormality over with Melting Love. So we better be ready to stop working with Melting Love soon. In fact, it has to be the next one that we get. Is that right? Yeah, the next one we get has to go over with Melting Love. Oh, that's going to be a pain in the butt. Alright, so what reward are we getting from the record team? The limit upon fortitude will be heightened beyond current records, so okay. We can either get our fortitude up to 120 or our sanity up to 120. Since we are dealing... Okay, well, there's several things to think about. Number one, I tend to view prudence as more important than sanity. We have more creatures in our facility that do white and black damage than... Well, I guess it doesn't matter about black damage, right? Oh, I'm sorry, it does matter. Black does white and red damage. Well, no, it doesn't. It does black damage, but it affects our fortitude and prudence at the same. But I tend to prefer... I'd rather my people just die in front of me than have them go insane and possibly cause even more problems. So generally, I would prefer prudence. However, if our stats of prudence are 120 and the person still goes insane, then they are likely to do the prudence insanity actions, which I think prudence insanity actions are just standing still and then killing yourself. Temperance is running around screaming. Justice is releasing the abnormalities. Fortitude is attacking other people. Let's choose prudence to 120. Shall we step ahead with this research then? Okay. So let's go and take a look at the new abnormality that we picked up. And then we're done. So, what is it? It's a WoW abnormality. Oh, man. Yeah, it's 30 for Alfs, 20 for WoWs, 60 for HEs, 12 for Teths, and I don't even remember what basic information, escape information is for Zions, because it's been an age since we last had that information. Alright, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the monster. That's interesting. Which one of these is the abnormality? Like, which one of these is considered the monster? Is it the girl in the room? Or is it the piano across from her? She's very regal looking. I can see she's wearing high heels under her dress. I like her. She's in the wrong department. She really should have been put over here with Melting Love. The other creatures in here are pretty horrific looking. Oh, and I'm wrong, by the way. We'll get another standard abnormality tomorrow. We can put in the records team, and then we have 2 more that will have to go here. So we can wait 1 more day. If we get... Okay, I'm gonna do a bunch of babbling. We shouldn't do that. Okay, so I'm done. So we've seen the new abnormality. It's a girl sitting at a stool, and she looks like she's going to teach someone how to play the piano. She's holding a walking stick, which looks like it has a wolf for a head on it. The piano itself has what looks like a bunch of candles on top of it, as if they were using some sort of ritual. Looks like there's some sort of ash or something here under the piano, or that helps comprises the feet of it. Very interesting. Alright, well, we'll try to figure it out when we come back. I'm guessing it's prudence or temperance with her. So we'll try prudence tomorrow. You know, it might be really beneficial that we have her here. We could send someone to work with the little prince, and then work with her afterwards. And if she is prudence and temperance, then that would also help us rapidly increase these stats, since we have new maximums for them. Alright, well, in any case, I'm doing some babbling, so thank you all for watching, and I will see you all, hopefully, in the next one. I also apologize, everyone. I guess one last thing. As you can tell, the frequency at which these are being recorded is beginning to fall off. That was because I just didn't get around to doing things with my chart to move people around to different departments. I'm beginning to run out of people who need jobs to do, as their stats are all being maxed out for everybody, but we still don't have the extra equipment, like weapons and armor, so I still don't feel comfortable hiring a bunch of low-level people. We will begin doing that when we do complete our Gabora's core suppression, assuming we can do that. In fact, I'm thinking that if we can figure out what works best with this new abnormality tomorrow, that we will go ahead and release the Alfs in the next episode as well. And we'll see what we can do about them. It's going to be a bit tricky, because this means I need to let Melting Love out. And if I'm going to do that, that means I will not have wanted to do successful work with her, right? Oh, I'm doing a bunch of babbling again. I'm sorry, everyone. Oh, yeah, I'm stopping. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.